Hey, how you doing? I'm Tim Holtz. Thanks for stopping by. I want to show you something real cool. It's from my new ideology line and it's called Grungeboard. Let's check it out. So this is Grungeboard, and what it is, it's a paper-based board. It comes in 5 different textures. It comes in harlequin, swirls, stripes, dots, and smooth, of course. And it is completely flexible, so it's unlike anything you've ever used in your scrapbooks or your art projects. So here's the cool thing about it. It's sold in all sorts of different packets. It comes in alphabets, it comes in numbers and punctuation, elements, which are shapes, and it also comes in basic sheets so you could die cut it yourself or emboss it using your personal die cutting machine. So this is from the alphabet set, and you can see that it's an 8x5 sheet that's already die cut. This happens to be the stripe design, and all of your pieces come in the sheet. Nothing really falls out until you're ready to take it out. And when you want it out, you're just going to pop it out. That's the cool thing, is it's completely flexible, so you don't have to worry about damaging it, which is nice. So I'm just going to kind of rip that out. This is the largest letter just to show you. Pretty easy to work with. That's what I like. The reason I wanted to do Grungeboard is because, you know, chipboard, let's face it, chipboard's going to tear and wrinkle and bend and do all the things after I ink it and spray it and paint it. It's going to fall apart. Where Grungeboard, it's going to stay completely flexible. So even after I do all of that, it's not going to tear or rip or anything. So it allows you to grunge it up. So let me show you what you can do with it. We'll start inking, because let's face it, if it's not worth inking, it's not worth doing in my world. So I'm going to take a distress pad, and I'm just going to rub it right over the top, and you can see that it hits those high points. And then I'll take an ink blending tool and just smudge it right across. That's going to kind of blend that color, get it right underneath. And see, that's the cool thing, is I can ink this and see it's not going to fall apart, even that really thin piece. Smudge that around. And there you go. How simple was that? Then I can add it to my project. You could use any color ink. Of course, I use brown, but you could use anything you want. Let's show you some examples. This is a heart on a tag. This is a heart piece of Grungeboard from the Elements pack. I also use the wings. These have been painted, and you can see that's the cool thing. It's completely flexible on the project. You can sew through this, so I stitched through it with some wire, or you could run it through your sewing machine. This one here, this has been painted with some metallic paints. This is the crown, also stitched on with some wire. You can adhere this with glue dots or double stick tape or any type of glue that you have. It just works with regular adhesive. There's nothing special that you need. This is from the alphabet set, and I like that I just kind of mixed up the fonts. Again, you get 9 complete fonts with the alphabet. This one I painted and then took some sandpaper to it and sanded it off. And you can still see that striped texture in there. That's another great thing about Grungeboard. You can grunge it up and you're not going to lose your texture even if you use sandpaper on it. Something like this one's really cool. This is the skull. You can see I use the Distress Crackle paint, and cracks really, really nice because Grungeboard is not as porous as regular chipboard, so it's really friendly to use ink and paint and things like that, and the paint really adheres well. So I just kind of accented that, used some black paint dabbers and sanded that up a little bit as well. This one's cool too. This is also from the Elements. This is the Keyhole. This has been embossed with Distress embossing powder, so it gives it that rust look and that rust feel. And these are the Hinges. These are painted with metallic paint, and then went ahead and adhered with brads and used the texture hammer to smash those brads. Here's the cool thing about the Hinges though. This is the pack that they come from in the Elements pack, and you can see you get a lot of different shapes of hinges. This has been everyone's favorite. Keep in mind, Grungeboard, completely flexible. So now I have a workable hinge if I wanted to put it on a mini book. I can use it to open and close, and it's not going to ever fall apart or deteriorate. That's the cool thing about it. So some other detail, like the flourishes. You know, flourishes are so hot right now. You can take a flourish with all of its detail, pop that out, and you can add a big piece to your layout, to a card, whatever, and you can cut that out. But this is the cool thing. I mean, look at all that intricate detail, and it remains completely flexible. So again, Grungeboard. It's going to change the way you scrapbook, change the way you use your product on your projects. I love it. Ink, paint. You can sand it, stain it, sew it, you name it. Just grunge it. All right? Talk to you next time.